You told me a story earlier about painting and learning to work with God even in painting. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah. I've always loved painting. I love just drawing everything. And even when I was preparing way back to go into fashion school, I got super caught up in making my portfolio because you have to use that to get into the schools.
Yeah.
And I would get so stressed and overwhelmed, like, whoa, like it has to be good enough, like it has to be artistic enough, it has to be creative enough, like, oh, like it's got to be better than everybody else's. And it brought on a lot of stress into that realm.
Yeah, kind of the performance pressure, is that right?
Performance. Yeah. And also like performance in creativity, because yours has to be different. Yours has to be better. And in the creative world, like you need to stand out. Everything you do needs to stand out. And recently, right before coming to the UK, we were doing a final project for our school. And I decided to do a live painting.
Wow.
Yeah.
So wait, what's a live painting? Tell me about that.
So I literally was like, okay, I'm going to throw together a bunch of cardboard pieces that I found.
Right.
And I'm going to stick them together, tape it to the wall, and I'm just going to paint in front of the audience.
No, so they watched you.
They watched me.
From beginning to end.
Yeah. For like, what, 4 minutes?
Yep. No way.
Yeah,
and
4 minutes.
And had you like prepared it, or like did you just get up there and do it?
I was like practicing, just throwing around. I was using spray paint, all this stuff.
No way.
But when it came down to it, I just was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna get up there, and the Lord's gonna move me in how I need to move. And so as I was praying and preparing, I knew that I wanted to really show like us being God's beloved and really knowing who we are amidst suffering. And I was like, Lord, like, how do we do this? How do I create like this? And I mean, when I got up there, like I knew like the way that I was moving, I was like, okay, I'm not going to use a paintbrush either. Like I just used my hands, and I was like,
no way,
I'm just going to go for it. And it's so cool how the Lord just like brought me to a place of like, no, like, you know who you are, you know who I am. And like creating with me means creating out of a place of peace.
Wow.
And so it's really like coming back to being like, no, like this is who I am. My audience is for God and for Him alone. Like, okay, like I'm laying down what people think of me as a creative, what people think of like my work, but it's really just unto the Lord.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what I hear you saying is you weren't trying to perform, be the best, show off, anything like that. You were actually just like, I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to ask the Lord what to paint and how to paint it. And I'm going to do that, like as an act of worship, would you say? Or just in obedience to Him?
Honestly, all of the above.
Yeah.
Like, I really think that art can also be an act of worship. You're giving glory and you're praising who He is and how He's created you, and to like bring that focus of beauty and awe and wonder back to the Creator.
Wow. And then what was it like when you were doing it? Were you like hearing God speak in your ear, or did you just have like feelings and senses of I need to do this? Or did it come, or did you have like a picture that you saw and then you're like, I'm going to represent that? Or like, what was that like working with God as you did it?
Honestly, a little bit of everything. I was really just like really being sensitive to what the Holy Spirit was leading me in, being like, okay, like I'm just going to move in this way here. I'm going to put this here. And really just knowing that He's already put in me, like the talent and the ability, because that is what God gives each and every one of us. We have that innate within us. So trusting in that, and also listening to Him as He's guiding me, like, okay, I know He wants to portray this, and I'm going to show this in this way. And so it's like, wow.
So it's like a combination of what you already knew, what you already had, but then also like the nudgings of the Spirit of, oh, I'm going to do it like this, I'm going to do it like that.
100%. Because I think you do need to tie in excellence also in that practice and skill that you've already been gaining. And putting that together with what the Lord's been saying. And so,
That's so cool. I love that. Amazing.